Hello and welcome to the Hunt, Banish, Extract podcast, the only podcast that will deliver your pizza in 15 minutes or less. I am your host, The Drunken Bard, aka DG. DJ. Wow, great start. With me are my lovely co-hosts, Sleepy Weasel, aka Tyler.
Yep. Pizza time.
God damn it. Sir Kaiser, aka Richard.
When does the pizza get here?
Sir Reednick, aka Colin.
The pizza's in mobility.
No Mortal Z, aka Aaron.
Can I be Ouija?
And notice I didn't stop. We have a very special guest, a friend of the podcast, the patron saint of 3 stars, aka Rat.
Hi there. So was I not supposed to eat this pizza, or?
Son,
Wait, it's
No,
here?
what the hell, dude?
podcast is over. No. So sorry so much about our schedule being a little bit wonky. We had to get everything back in order. Holidays happened. Life happened. Work schedules switched around. So we are now going to start recording on most Sundays. This one's on a Saturday because everything just kind of fell into our laps the way it did. And now we're winging it. And our special guest decided he wanted to join today. We're sticking with that. But we are approaching the end of Tide of Corruption, another major event. And I've got to say, this one was probably one of my favorites, if I'm being honest, just in terms of how it felt. And at least the
easily.
pacing of the event itself. Like the points felt a lot faster. It felt like there was a lot less tediousness to it. It felt like some of the gun variations were fun, like Bornheim having a silencer.
We solos became a force to be reckoned with.
Because Infernal, which if it ever comes back in this form or fashion, I'm going to fucking scream. But I was actually really surprised because of how much I loved the Vetterly Cyclone, if I'm being honest. And I want to get back more on that later. But first, I would like to pay a little bit more attention to our special guest, Rat. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about yourself, how you got into Hunt, your favorite gun skin and your favorite hunter skin? Why don't you give us a rundown?
So in 2020, when I started streaming, before I took like a 3-year break, I was just kind of scrolling through YouTube one day, and there was a thing that was like, should you buy Hunt? And I was like, what the fuck is Hunt? That looks neat. So I watched a video and I was like, I need this game. I need it.
And that's kind of how it started, Ben.
Oh yeah, I started out like, I want to say it was maybe 3 days into the Scrap Beak event, or maybe a little bit before the Scrap Beak event, but like I hadn't really gotten into it because I didn't have any friends that wanted to play with me, and I was too scared to play solo for like a month. And so I remember like I scrambled for a couple of points at the very end of that and got the chain pistol skin. And that was about it. Yeah. And
I
got the chain pistol skin. I'm still kind of mad I didn't get the concertina bomb skin and the bomb lance.
Yeah, me too. I regret it every day.
Yeah, I mean, favorite skin obviously is the Rat. That's the only skin I use ever.
Nice.
Favorite weapon skin, though, I mean, I kind of bounce back and forth between just literally any bomb lance and Patre, the sex gun.
So would Bomb Lance be his favorite?
Bomb lance is, oh yeah, I love the bomb lance so much. The bomb lance and the terminus. I know that most people hate the terminus, but I love it so much.
No, it's a fantastic gun. It's one of my go-tos. And with you saying you were too afraid to even play by yourself, I mean, I was too afraid to play the tutorial by myself, man. This game is intimidating once you first boot it up.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, well, I my friend had gotten me to play Tarkov for like a week before I figured out what Hunt was, and I was like, oh, this is kind of like Tarkov Light. I was wrong. I was so wrong.
It really is its own beast. That's not even close to, like when a lot of people compare it and Tarkov, I guess they don't understand just how much they vary in very weird ways. Like Hunt is much more intimidating in the PvP aspect from how straightforward it is, whereas Tarkov is more like you died and you didn't even see them.
I feel it's almost more fast paced than Tarkov.
Yeah,
Of
because
course.
you're almost forced to run into other players, but like Tarkov, you
Exactly.
can go the entire round without seeing anybody.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a different kind.
Solos, they just like to crouch.
Hide.
So.
Hey! Don't talk about my people like that.
Well, if they start fighting me like a man,
Hey!
Yeah.
I'll fight you like a man. Rat
all right,
person.
bring 1v1 me. It's Kaiser over here.
A man in the bushes with his tail between his legs and his shotgun loaded.
Just piddling a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, only on my boots. I need to mark those as my own.
Well, you also got to make sure you like mark where you're going. You know, you got to know where you were, so you know.
I just follow the trail of sweat from fear.
I mean, don't we all? I mean,
lots of sweat in this game.
Yes.
especially
Only if you
after
play
the
Kane
events.
or Headsman.
True.
Freaking
I mean, Headsman's been the fucking punching bag for a little while now. I mean, I even stopped by the
reason.
subreddits, and he's now the butt of the joke where everybody is pretty much doing a little hide and seek thing where so there's this exclusive Redditor
great.
who is posting a post that says, find the Headsman, and the mods are allowing it because it's funny because he's that hard to spot.
Is this the guy that's doing the I'm going to post a hide and seek with Headsman every day until he's fixed?
Yes, that is the person, and I think it's funny as hell.
Yeah, that's just good fun. Like, it's good fun.
Yeah,
Did you see the I want to say it was the Rock to Z video where he was playing, it was called like the T-Rex Huntsman loadout?
I'm not sure. I don't think so, but I remember Colin briefly mentioning
the
something
loadout
on
sounds
TikTok
familiar.
where the person was literally seeing how easy it was to hide with the Headsman, and the whole team ran past him.
Yep.
This dude's running just 2 silenced Bornheims, and then he'll like run over to anywhere with a wooden building and then like go into the corner and just stand there. People will run past, and then he like pops out, shoots him in the head, and then turns around again and just waits, and they still don't see him.
Wow.
It's insane.
And it's effective. That's hilarious.
I really hate that.
Oh yeah, I think he wiped a server doing that. Just full-blown T-Rex strat.
Good God. He must be
my biggest complaint about that skin was it's not Halloweeny enough.
Yeah, and now
Well, I mean, you can't be scary if you're invisible.
It's true.
So you can be very scary if you're invisible, apparently.
I guess it just depends on what the hell is going on in that
Invisible
current game.
gorilla.
Because he's never the one that's charging towards you with a melee weapon unless he's playing the skin correctly.
I mean, if he's playing the skin correctly, he's standing still and hoping you don't notice him.
No, but what I'm saying is he came with an axe called the
Don't
Executioner.
notice me, senpai.
He came with an axe. He's supposed to be a headsman.
I always forget that that's his weapon.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, I don't know, he doesn't seem like a traditional headsman.
Thing is, you see him everywhere now, but before we used to only see him at 5-star and above, which is why I hated going up in rank. But now I just don't care anymore. It's just
It's just kind of become what.
It's like Kane. He's a total
meta.
meme at this point. So
Just make him shirtless and grease him up so that like the sun reflects off his skin, and we'll be fine.
Hell
put
yeah.
some lotion. Puts the lotion on its skin.
While he's in the bushes, just make him moan softly, just so everybody knows he's there.
That's I don't know about that, but
It puts the lotion on the skin, or else it gets
People-
invisible again.
Instead of like the it's
oh man,
Well, people will pay attention to anything that sounds that out of place. That's all I'm saying.
They're like, what the hell? There's voice acting in this game now?
Make
the
it
hell-
like after you get killed by a headsman, he's doing the Buffalo Bill dance from Silence of the Lambs. Would you fuck me?
this is wow.
People
Good
will be
movie,
like,
by
God
the way.
damn it, who's horny in the bayou again?
And then it's like bum bum. It's headsman.
His own
With a
theme song.
corny ass song. But
exactly.
one thing that I wanted to bring up because it was something that I was so surprised by, because we talked about which weapons we'd be excited by, which weapons that we really liked, just in terms of aesthetics or what we thought would change the meta. Man, I think you and Colin were right. The Cyclone has changed my life. I've stolen it from I don't know how many people, and I've wiped complete teams with the son of a bitch. The magazine is obviously the biggest balancer for that whole weapon, because 4 shots is almost never enough, which is good. It needs to be balanced somewhere, but it feels so good with the high velocity. It's
I told you.
perfect. You're right. You're right. And I love it. Go ahead, Rat. No, go ahead.
The thing that surprised me the most was the Silence Bornheim, because I don't have a ton of hours. I'm at close to 630 now. In that time, I've used the Bornheim maybe 3 times. I hated that gun so much.
Mm-hmm.
The Silence Bornheim is now a mainstay in my loadouts.
It's just that people I can't remember who exactly disagreed with me, but I said it's because it's less obnoxious when you shoot it, like in your ears. Because you know when you shoot a gun and the noise is almost distracting. The Bornheim is so fucking loud when you shoot it compared to like a Dolch, where the Dolch has a much lower sound, like frequency. Where the Bornheim, it's like somebody smacking your eardrum over and over again. But with that silencer, it's perfect.
And for me, I don't think it was even the noise that it makes. It's that it has basically Derringer range, and I kept getting soft headshots, and I was like, fuck this gun completely. I hate this gun so much. And then I got the Silence Bornheim, and now I'm like, I'm the sneaky snake, and I'm just like jumping into fucking bushes and like headshotting people, and then the fear in their teammates' eyes as they look around to figure out where the shot came from is palpable, and it's hilarious.
Beautiful.
Hell yeah.
It is a perfect addition for sure. I mean, for God's sake, we went on a 20-minute rant about the bat, which is funny because I actually saw a comment on the subreddit, which I have beef with that I'm going to bring up later. So subreddit, you can go fucking suck my fat nuts. I'm going to go ahead and say that right now, since it's in the middle of the podcast and most of you are probably left anyway.
Where's the gargle soundboard?
God damn it. A high Elo player even said it is a staple in my loadout currently because of how strong the bat is. And I fucking knew it. You know why? It's not just the PvP, it's the PvE. That thing clears zombies, armoreds, bosses like no other, man. It's so good. It's so good.
Walkthrough.
Rotjaw is the bane of my existence. I hate fighting Rotjaw so much. Like, I hated Assassin for a long time. Assassin is nothing compared to my hate for Princess.
She's a bitch.
Yeah, being stuck in the water and then it like jumps out at you and just takes a shitload of health. I watched somebody kill Princess with a baseball bat in like 2 seconds, and I was pissed that I didn't think of it first.
I mean, honestly, how can you when every gun is so enticing and you see a fucking stick and you're like, wait, this thing's amazing? Shut the fuck up.
The stupid.
And you watch somebody wipe a team with it.
Yes, literally.
It's almost as satisfying as hitting somebody with a shovel because that bonk is akin to the bong.
It's basically music to your ears, man. That subtle fucking off-tune bonk when you get a hit. I love it.
It's so good.
It's memorable,
now,
man.
They'd give us like a javelin that we could throw at people and then have people go in with only that.
Aaron actually brought that up a long time ago. That was actually one of his talking points. That was one of his, like, he wanted throwable sticks in the world without tomahawk, apparently. But I think a javelin's still a great idea in some form or another, even if it's got to be implemented into your loadout itself. I think it could work.
Just give me a railroad spike launcher so I can nail people to walls.
But you have to like baseball hit it with the fucking railroad hammer, so it's got to be like give it a use.
It's a bomb lance with the railroad hammer just like as a slide back cocking mechanism. It just slams in and launches it.
Gives that fucking weapon a purpose, because we're never gonna see it again until it gets a buff. Mark my words.
The railroad hammer?
Up. Yes, it's purely
Absolutely.
useless.
It's useless now that the
baseball bat negates any reason to take the railroad hammer.
it almost
Exactly.
negates the reason to take any other melee weapon besides the bomb lance. Really,
You've got a point.
In a sense, because that hammer, the light swing is so goddamn awkwardly slow, and the heavy swing, the one you could prepare before you even see anyone, only goes in a straight up and down line, which unless your aim is perfect, that's going to inevitably miss, and unless your ping is perfect, let's be honest.
Been irrelevant since the time it came out. That event, I tried it once and I was like, how can I freaking bonk people if it's not even gonna be effective?
I mean,
What's
it does
funny-
have one thing going for it, and it's that it's got a croquet mallet skin, so you can run around with like the Benny Hills theme playing in your ears.
Great
Yeah,
that way,
and-
but like, I tried doing that, but it's not effective at killing. So how can you truly chase someone down?
With hope and a dream in your heart.
Well, that
Yeah.
skin low-key slaps, though. That is a good-looking skin, if I'm being honest. And it's vastly
Every time I
different
look
than
at
the
it, I
hammer.
just see a
It's a
croquet
good-looking
mallet.
weapon, just not useful.
But it's so different. I got to give it credit there because, man, our number one beef, and you'll hear it till the end of time, we're getting sick of rags and beads on a fucking gun to justify it. We don't
And
need
it's been
Kane's
every
dusty old...
gun's-
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus, dude, it's been like every gun for like the last 8 or 9 DLCs and couple of events.
Yeah, 'cause it's
Majority
like-
of the gun skins are all either wraps, beads, a mixture of both, or just dirty.
Well, hey, now Grandma's uppercut was pretty good looking.
Yeah, because it had that sort of aging thing to it with the fucking like dirty beads, but nobody wants like Kane's old anal beads and shit on their gun. Like, come on. We want some fucking creativity at the very least. And what I kind of mean by that is like I really appreciate skins like for example,
Padre.
the slate Padre. You're fucking two in the pink, one in the stink, you pervert. No, like that slate skin is one of the best skins in the game. I've got hunts open so I can actually pay attention. Help me out, Ty. It's the skin that you were so mad that you missed because that is a beautiful
Somnus.
skin. Somnus.
Oh, the
that's-
Somnus, dude. Yeah.
There's a whole legendary items tab in that spreadsheet. You can just go look at that.
I might, because I mean, God, even the Terminus skin is one of my personal favorites.
And then they
And-
give us the DLC with just beads and fabric on the
Right.
slate.
But like Last Estate, it was like the only Terminus skin for how long? But it's sleek, it's beautiful, it's dark wood, it's got engravings. Engravings, I'd say that's one of the biggest things in the legendary gun skins at the very least. Like hunters, whatever, cover them in fucking feces and have them come from a porta potty for their legendary animation. I don't
talk
care.
about Kane like that.
That's basically what he should do instead of that
Cover
awkward
fucking
turnaround.
I mean, the new sailor guy does look like he kind of comes out of a porta potty.
He does, covered in fucking dead bodies, no less.
I think
But
he
he's
looks great,
beautiful.
though. Yeah.
I
He
will
does.
say they've at least been getting a lot more unique with their legendaries lately.
I was
Yeah,
willing
yeah,
to do
I
some
agree.
disgusting things for the last resort skin for the Lamat.
You know, all you had to do was wait for that shadow bug because I got up to like, I think 86 of the stars and those last 10 were so difficult. Dude, that
So,
shadow bug.
Boy, do I have a story for you. So we were coming up on the event that Shadow was introduced in, and I was like, I really want to get these trials done. I'm gonna knock all these out before the event starts. So I got to 90 stars just to get that skin. Then the event started, and suddenly everybody had Last Resort because of that bug.
Where were you?
I had gotten it right before the event started.
Damn.
I
That's right. That was
grinded for
the
like
event.
4 days. I grinded for 4 days before that just so I could get that skin because I like all the bugs on it. And I finally get it. And then they're like, hey guys, there's a shadow bug. Jump in there now and get all of your stars. I'm like, fuck.
And I'm not there yet. Well, not to mention it's a nod to Papa Roach, man, especially if you're a rock fan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Worth it for that alone, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite gun skins in the game. Actually, I definitely was one of the ones that took advantage of the shadow bug.
I'm a huge fan of Rock, and I'm kind of mad that I'm just now putting 2 and 2 together there.
Well, it's okay because it's one of those nods that is so subtle you really had to be looking for it in the first place. If we're being honest.
Yeah.
But
true.
at the same time, I don't personally feel like I earned this skin, if I'm being honest, because at the same time, there are some people that burned through those events. There are people that were so skilled they actually spent a couple hours earning it. But I don't even think that most of the trials are even legitimate, if I'm being honest, because a lot of them were made before some of the dually balancing was changed, where there was like a trial where you have to use dual Bornheims to shoot hives in the head.
That trial.
And dualies got a nerf on accuracy ever since that trial, and people have actually complained about that. There was even a trial that used like the crossbow with the bomb attachment, like the hot dog launcher is Drake and Baldor would like to call it. And
I was the one that keyed that term for them.
Oh, well, there you go. You get all the credit, Rat.
Oh, yeah, I keyed hot dog launcher, princess, Bayou Luigi.
But yeah, the glizzy launcher, it got glitched, and that whole trial was basically, I'm not even sure if it was fixed. I haven't been to the trials in a hot minute. But yeah, some of them are freaking bullshit. One of my least favorite ones, personally, was one where you had to deal with immolators and hellhounds, and you had to set hellhounds on fire with the immolators by shooting the immolators. And the immolators, what happens when they get pissed off and they chase you down. And one of the conditions is you can't bleed and you can't burn. And I'm like, what the fuck? This sucks.
There was also the one where you're at Sweet Bell Flower. And
I think so.
It's like you have a Winfield marksman. You have to kill all of these immolators. You are not allowed to set regular grunts on fire. And they're just spawning all around these immolators.
Yeah,
and the only way you can kill them is by shooting them.
Oh, I know which one that is. It sucks.
It's a Vetterly Deadeye is what it is. But yes, really? I know that exact one. I know because I tried that one for I swear 2 straight hours, man.
Yes.
That was one I had to do legitimately.
Dually one is the one that turned me off of the Bornheim forever.
Because Bornheim dualies are freaking garbage, if we're being honest. It's more of a meme than anything.
Thank you, Blitz and Silenced Bornheim, for bringing me back to the light.
Well, also, if he ever hears this, thank you, Blitz, for opening my eyes to just how freaking upsetting Reddit it is. It's nothing but really lame clips and a bunch of whiners, and I couldn't agree more. Thank you again. But
that's true.
I also have
you're right. That's definitely true. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Well, that was what Blitz said, and I couldn't agree more. But it's also really fucking annoying because one thing that I have seen go completely through the community that nobody will shut the hell up about. I mean, granted, there was always the MMR one, right? But suddenly, it's kind of low-key. Shotgun hate is coming out of nowhere. Like, everybody just hates shotguns. I get it. Shotguns suck in every game. But what the fuck in Hunt Showdown, where half the shotguns have, the range that you have to fucking spit on their shoes? And they're complaining about that? I don't know. This seems kind of pitiful to me.
So it goes back and forth. Like, it's long ammo spitzer hate, and then it's shotgun hate for a couple months, and then it just goes back and forth.
It's fucking pitiful.
Usually, yeah. Yeah, because it was a couple of events ago where the shotguns were pretty freaking annoying, if I'm being honest. Where it was nothing but shotguns that you saw. But it wasn't necessarily that it was ruining the game. It was just that's what everyone chose to run. And then switched to long ammo again.
Yeah.
There was a popular Hunt Showdown streamer, not going to mention names. I don't want to spread hate here. But I couldn't believe that somebody that was as skilled as them was just like, oh, shotguns are so easy, man. It just makes me mad because shotguns are easy. And they're playing solo. Close. And they were running a Sparks and a freaking penny shot Derringer. And it's like, you had to shoot them in the chest and then sneeze on them. And you're bitching about a shotgun? Like, come on, dude. I don't know. It seems odd to me the amount of people that will hate on weapons when in my humble opinion, this game balances their weapons relatively well.
For
I
what
have
what it's looking for, yes, I'd agree
right.
with that.
Well, because a lot of, as a matter of fact, the people who aren't already hating on shotguns are complaining about how it basically pisses on them at range, or it's like confetti, and it's like, why?
Well,
Because you can't aim center mass?
the idea why I feel it's balanced and necessarily in this game versus others is because you'll bring a loadout into the bayou, and basically, no matter what you do, you have to adapt to that play style, and that play style will actually affect how the match goes, how your match goes. And if you're caught out with a shotgun in the middle of nowhere, obviously you're pretty much dead, but you can adapt and find some cover and get in close. So,
Well, in my humble opinion, that's kind of what weeds out the skill issue people, if I'm being honest, is the people that bitch about a specific weapon because you know that their playstyle can't adjust and they're the people that keep dying to that same playstyle. And that, like, I'm not saying you can't have a least preferred way to die, right? But it's always those people that bitch the loudest
yeah, we
that
even
have
talked
the
about
biggest skill
that.
issue. Right,
Yep.
but the way we talk about it, we're just like, I hate when this happens, right?
Yeah,
Because
it's just like something that triggers us particularly. It is
Yeah.
part of the game. It's not
It
necessarily
has to
cheating,
be.
so it's like
You
it
gotta
sucks
hate
to die from that, and it may trigger you versus something else. Like,
Man,
yeah, I think you said dually headshot, and mine was
that
like
wasn't me.
sniped from like, or
No, that wasn't me.
whoever it
That was
was,
Aaron.
whoever it was. And I said something like sniped from like 2 compounds away, basically, and being like, oh yeah, I could totally do something about that.
What were you gonna say, Aaron?
I was just gonna say, man, the only thing that I hate is that we get killed by things that we're not prepared for because the game prior we got dicked down by the opposite thing. Like when we take just any other type of gun besides shotguns, we run in, we get killed by shotguns camping our own corners. We take shotguns, then we get dicked down by long ammo. That's the
Yeah,
only thing I hate about this
I think
game,
it's
but
just
it's
the
like
irony of
it's
it.
just
it's
luck
like
of
you
the
get killed
draw.
by something and you're like, I'm gonna overcorrect so that I can counter that play style, and then you get killed by the opposite play style.
When
Yeah, it
sometimes you're
just
just gonna get
happens
your
all the
ass
time.
kicked no matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
That's no lie. Speaking of which, Rat, since we brought up that old topic of ours, what's something that you fucking hate dying to? What's that one thing that you see on your screen and you go,
What
of
does you
course.
dirty?
Honestly, there's not a whole lot that I really care about dying to. Like maybe when there's like a trap that I didn't see and the team that extracted was the ones that set it out. And I was just going to like check for bodies. That's
So I guess
about
here's
it.
an addition to that question then. What fuck, I forgot.
So you heard it here. The patron saint of 3 stars is a saint after all.
Oh, how do you keep your cool? Or are you one of those ones that keeps their cool
I
pretty decently when playing
I don't
this
know.
game?
Honestly, just with most games, I just don't really get
Get
frustrated.
triggered?
Yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm like, oh shit, I died again. Well, time to load into a new one.
That wouldn't be me, so I envy you.
I think
Depends
the
on
only
day,
time I've
depends
gotten
on-
mad is when I'm like across the compound and get headshot by some dude with dually sparks pistols, and I'm like, how did that even happen? And I'm like, all right, time to load into another one.
Yeah. You ever like take like breaks and quit for a second type of thing? Like a day or a night?
If I finish an event early, I'll stop for a little bit.
So you get those
Yeah.
breaks in that way.
Yeah, just like with this event, I finished everything except for the bonus level, like on with 29 days left, and then I took like a week-long break and then came back into it and got that last level.
That definitely helps this game a ton. I did the same thing, but I didn't finish the event yet, so woohoo.
You got a little bit of time.
Yeah, I got a little bit of time.
Yeah, especially
there's
where
a
we
bit
were
of it.
talking.
100% point bonus this weekend. So,
Yeah, well, and you still got the weeklies to finish, which are definitely going to boost you right up there.
true.
And for those hunters that play on console, they're going off of like having just had like a week-long 100% point bonus right into a weekend of 100-point bonus.
Oh wow. Well, and you know what?
Where's
I
our
have
week-long 100-point bonus?
It was because the event didn't start for a whole week for consoles,
Well,
and so
that
we
was
had
their
it for a week
fault.
before them.
That was
Yeah, I-
their fault for not getting it ready.
no shush. No, that was actually a huge contention
Not the
point, man,
console
for a long
players.
time. No, yeah, okay, yeah. But no, that was actually a
Yeah.
really big deal for a while where the console players were basically dicked sideways.
Yeah. Updates at this point should be simultaneous. It doesn't
Oh,
make
for
sense
sure.
why they're taking those, like, releasing them over time. Like, what game does that? That's weird.
Well, as much as
Well,
you,
there was
on
another game
PlayStation.
that had a week-long lull between when something happened and the update for consoles too. I just can't remember which one it was.
Probably doesn't exist anymore.
used to
I
be
want-
Warframe.
Yeah, Warframe used to do that. I think Destiny might have done that. Like it might have been Destiny.
It's
That's
entirely
weird. Destiny's
possible.
always had like a following though.
But if
It
it
was
was-
either
Took some
Destiny or
time to
Baldur's
develop.
Gate, one of the two. But like they
It-
released an update, and then a week later it came to consoles because they were waiting for
Baldur's Gate.
certification shit.
It had to be Baldur's Gate because
Yeah.
Destiny would actually release for consoles first because Destiny, I believe Activision had a contract with PlayStation.
Yeah, and I
Not
think
PlayStation
that
with Xbox initially.
Oh, sorry.
yeah, I think that Sony actually bought the shit. Which company makes Destiny? I can't fucking remember.
Bungie.
Bungie.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Bungie.
Activision is like the big.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that PlayStation bought
Those
Bungie.
traders.
Traders, nice.
Yeah, that's true.
The clusterfuck that is every company being bought by a bigger company. It's inevitable at this fucking point.
Bungie right now is the epitome of $20 is $20.
Oh no, I just hate Bungie for them as people now because they really just, instead of fighting for their original game to just leave it end, they just left and said, "Screw it, you guys handle it." And look at where Halo's at now. Unfortunate.
It's too soon. I don't want to talk about it.
Or
Yeah.
Halo Infinite.
Okay, we don't have to. We're Hunt Banish.
Halo Infinite disappointment.
But it makes you feel better when you talk crap about other games. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding.
Hello and welcome to the Halo
funny.
Infinite podcast. We have now rebranded.
Welcome to the new season.
I'm Rat, the patron saint of Covenant.
Bring
Welcome
the
to
elites
Fortnite.
back.
The banished.
Bring the elites back.
For the love of God, bring the elites back.
Bring back the big booty Spartans. Come on now.
Now that they ditched the fucking the story, they can just do whatever the hell they want with the multiplayer. So bring elites back.
Yeah.
I got
Dude,
an idea. Let's have a
Just give me back
crossover
the
with
pink
Hunt.
HUD. That was the whole
And
reason
Halo.
that I played Halo as a Covenant was the pink HUD.
Well, like it's
Yeah.
Halo, and this I'll tie this into Hunt. Like Halo, like the state that it's in right now, it just proves to you that like all you have to do to get people to want to play your game is give the fans what they want. And I feel like Hunt's been doing that, and that's why they've been growing so much over the past like few events, especially. And then you have Halo that's just now about to add Firefight. Only took them
Damn
2
it.
ye's. So
Well,
I'm glad
It's like-
you went the direction you did with that because I was going to be like, add grappling hooks.
oh gosh.
Well, and dare I say, I'm gonna give kind of two slightly hot takes here because I think that Hunt constantly adding skins is actually partly what's keeping this game thriving because people want different shit to look at. They just want to enter the map and look at a new skin. And the second,
horror for all the DLC.
me too. I like to support the game as well. I mean, I play
Absolutely.
almost 2,000 hours now. And also the small things that they change within the game, whether it be slight balancing, and I mean very slight. It's not like we're seeing a lot of server changes or anything that anybody's completely bitching about. Wait for the engine update. Holy shit, people. It's pretty obvious that has to happen first. Moving on. But also,
So
like,
glad my PC's upgrading before then.
yeah. Well, and also, it's like shit like the baseball bat where they basically sent a God-given melee weapon into the bayou for people to enjoy it, because a lot of melee enjoyers got fucked sideways because of the balancing being a little too in Gun's favors.
Well,
Well,
I think part of that's also because they're trying to also balance for console simultaneously. And
Right.
I do listen to another podcast that both of them play console, and like they don't have PCs. So going off of like their take, it's kind of interesting to see, because like for PC, the Vetterli Cyclone was the OP weapon of the event. But for console, everybody was like, the baseball bat is everywhere. Like, no matter where you go, they're using a baseball bat. If you get killed, it's because somebody hit you with a baseball bat. They go over to PC, and it's like everybody's complaining about the quote unquote spam weapons.
Yeah.
The console lobbies are kind of weird because me and DJ actually played it on console for a bit, as well as PC, of course. And since I'm a controller player, it was natural, but the way that people play is so different.
Yeah. It's like Shift W rushing people with melee weapons is their go-to. Like,
Yeah, there's
thing.
very little
Yeah.
there's very little hiding in the console version, at least compared to PC. I wouldn't say there's none, but
Yeah.
it was significantly less.
Yes. Yes.
And I
it,
think
like,
a lot of
more
that comes
like
down to like, I think a lot of that comes down to like the movement on console, because on PC,
feels
like,
awkward.
you can. Yeah, it either feels awkward or like it's too slow because you can't flick shot, you can't turn really quickly to look behind you. It's more difficult to like, repeatedly crouch and stuff while you're shooting.
I mean, like I said, I practice with the controller, so like I've gotten some probably a lot of interesting skills managing this game on PC versus console.
Yeah. And that's why I kind of like playing solo a lot, because most people are like, well, this is my perspective. I'm like, well, here's the forever solos perspective, and like now we've got the controller perspective versus KBM. Like, it's interesting to see the differences between the two.
It's true.
Yeah, there's like quite a few differences actually. Like the way that I see these guys move versus the way that I move, and obviously they've got their own personalities anyways, and some are more aggressive, some are less aggressive, and there's also the idea of like, do I want to engage in this or not engage, stuff like that.
The tactics are different.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just different meta entirely, I would imagine.
And you're just adapting differently to like how you can move on a controller versus mouse and keyboard.
And no offense,
because of the limitations and whatnot.
well, no offense, console players, but you're the goddamn bad play clips. It's night and day, man. The bad clips that come from console are so goddamn funny. I have to rewatch them a couple times, man. It's glorious. Like it's not even bad. It's like, I love how bad the bad gameplay is on console. It's beautiful. It's a straight up experience.
Yeah, it's like if you watch bad gameplay for PC, it's like, oh, that guy's doing some pretty good movement, and then you watch bad gameplay for console, and it's like, that guy could not turn fast enough to watch that guy.
That guy has 3 fingers or something. Like, he's very clearly not operating that controller very well.
Yeah, I also like the fact that like with the controller, it feels like so smooth. That's always been my problem with mouse games, is because like it's like, can a person really flick that quickly? And obviously that adds like an element of fun to it though. So
yeah. Speaking of, did you look into that controller I sent you? Because that was
not too much. I've been real busy lately.
I actually looked into it out of pure curiosity, and my first thought was, man, the potential there is pretty good.
The controller. Like,
the right joystick, it's just a touchpad on the entire right hand side of the controller, and that's got like a mouse scroll wheel and like 4 back buttons, and it's a crazy looking mouse, or not mouse, crazy looking controller.
Is what I could tell, and the right side was more like a mouse with all the buttons there.
Like if they were to do something like that, it was almost like what they did with the Steam controller, where it had the 2 touchpads instead of the joysticks.
And whatnot.
Yeah, it seems kind of like that. Like I'm gonna pick one up and play some Hunt with it just because I'm curious, because I feel like there's a lot of potential for controller players there.
So I actually picked up a Steam Deck as well for the holiday season because
I
hell
too
not.
have
So
done
I'm
that.
gonna see what Hunt feels like on that, if it's even possible to run. So
It's
It should be.
playable. Yeah, it says that
it
it's
is
playable, but it's not
but
like
I'm
Steam
gonna
Deck
see, like,
verified.
movement because, like I said, like I've got a controller, so obviously I can play it, but just seeing the difference because the controller versus like a handheld is very different.
I've been afraid to try and open it on my Steam Deck because I feel like I'd start playing, and I've worked so hard to get that 4th star that my MMR would just tank.
Forget the MMR.
Never.
You're just like Tyler, man. You just got to give up
No,
on it.
I care about KD, not
Here's
MMR.
about
That's what I
Katie,
was
then,
going. That's where I was going. Is you care about one thing, he cares about the other. You just got to let go,
My
I
KD
just
will
don't
ever
wanna
be
die
will
as
forever
much.
be shit.
and that's okay.
KD if I might
Mine
ask.
too.
It's because I get too impatient. Like I'll be
Same.
trying to fight somebody, and I'm like, screw it, either I die or I live, and then I just rush the compound and get taken out by 6 guys with a
Sometimes
terminus
that's
that for
more
some reason
fun,
aren't
though,
killing
because
each other.
it's like, why do you want to just wait around and not have fun? So you're just like, either I can get into the next match or I can win this. So
Exactly.
yeah, I don't think it's necessarily impatient, but because
Oh, I'm
sometimes
definitely
it's boring
impatient.
if you don't. So
And if you're like me and you don't have people to play with that night, you just run solos, and then you die like 19 times, and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna go and play quick play for a second. And then you get styled on by 4-6 stars right at the end.
I played one round of quick play, and I saw this guy right in front of me, and like we both saw each other. We both all missed our shots, and both of us decided to get our knives out, and we literally traded. And so my KD's 1.0, and I've just kept it there. So one round of quick play.
Hell yeah.
I've got a clip somewhere where I missed a Lamat shotgun shot at almost point blank. Then I ran away, swapped to, I want to say I was using a Vetterli or a LaBelle. Or no, it was a Sparks. Then I fired the Sparks, missed that, and then he starts running at me with a knife, and I start running away. And I pull out my knife and like do a 360. And it was like I went around his knife and then stabbed him in the back of the head. And I was amazed I survived that.
I've got some good clips where I've got one that I did something similar. Like I like wiped one team and then another team came, and like this guy he just like I couldn't hit him for the life of me. And so eventually, and he was like, with his knife out the whole time, just charging in. He was like serpentining like the whole time, like and I still couldn't hit him because I'm garbage. And then eventually I was like, you know what? It's do or die. I at least want to get a trade. And then I hit around a corner and I charged my knife. And he knew that I was charging my knife, but I actually went around his stab and I stabbed him right in the face. So I ended up getting like 7 or 8 kills that round, solo too. So
I think one of them. Oh, go on.
Did you have something to say?
Oh, yeah, I was just saying, I think one of my favorite ways to get a knife kill is like when they go to stab you and you crouch, so they stab above your head, and then you stand up and stab them in the face.
see, okay, I do this all the time where when I'm using the knife against like mobs, people, whatever, I jump right before I stab.
You got to do
So
the
that
Superman
way,
stab.
that way, if people are doing the same to me, they'll just hit my chest. They're not going to hit my face, and it works 9 out of 10 times.
I'll just get castrated, but that man will be dead.
Hell yeah.
Who needs
So
your balls, especially if it plays a
question
girl?
is, when you're running guns, what do you find more reliable? To have the single shots or a gun with more ammo? Like we're talking about the longer guns.
Honestly, I think my favorite gun, like just as use case goes, is the Springfield.
So a single shot.
Yeah, I love the Springfield so much. Like it has great sights. And I think that it's just the mentality changes. Like if you have a lot of ammo, you can be like, okay, I can just like shoot a whole bunch of times and hopefully hit them. But with the single shot, you're like, I've got one chance at this, so I'm gonna make it count.
Man of taste.
Palms are sweaty.
Knees
These
Somebody
weeks.
made mom spaghetti.
weeks.
Yeah, weeks and weeks.
I do want
I
to
don't know,
ask a
man.
quick question to our resident quiet guy, Mr. Colin, because I don't know how much you've realistically gotten to play this whole event. Are you even finished?
I haven't played since the last time we played together, DJ.
Good hell.
So like a month ago,
Yeah.
This
before
event-
you left, actually.
Yeah, it was like right after I moved into my new apartment. I haven't gotten a chance to play just because I've been working.
and recently married. You son of a bitch. Those Redditors are going to chase after you once they know that you've got a girl and they don't.
You know, the minute you said predator, I thought of like the movies.
Redditor? I said Redditor. With an R.
Okay, whatever. I
Fucking
heard
loser.
predator.
We're not talking about those kind of redditors.
Oh no!
They'll be
Ouch.
coming
God.
at you
You're
with
like
torches,
Redditors behind the
pitchforks,
screen.
comb overs, and mustaches.
You
You know,
know, the Redditor behind the screen just.
Normally I'd try to be nice to Reddit, man, but Reddit is full of fucking awful people, man. I can't vouch for it at all.
Man,
I
I'm
just
just getting
can't.
more and
And
more
normal
hurt that you
people.
called me a Redditor earlier now.
Don't worry, I meant it. No,
Don't worry,
I'm just kidding. No. Okay, but honestly, no, it just surprises me because Colin is one of our most passionate players as well. So
And he's also a
I've
Redditor.
really
No, I'm just kidding.
no shut. No, like he's one of the people that loves this fucking game. I think he's just as addicted as Tyler. He just doesn't get to sit at the desk as much.
Yeah.
Don't
So
worry,
that's-
we'll get you back into the bayou and we'll touch you in your special hunt place.
Heavens
Yeah.
to
On the
Betsy.
horses and the
Thursdays.
Whoa.
Thursdays I have off all day for the next month, so
wagons.
So
Ooh,
every
Noted.
Thursday we need to group up and all touch his special hunt place.
Right in the
Simultaneously.
special bonus points, you know, for this weekend event. Or no, Thursdays. Damn it. No weekend bonus. Sorry.
it's
no
okay.
fire either. Bring back
Oh,
fire
yeah.
during the weekdays.
Yeah, what the heck, man? Like, it's not
It's-
hard.
Coming back to the full rotation if the people aren't a bunch of liars. But you know what was actually surprising? And my God, I shouldn't have waited this long to bring it up. But everybody is saying how these events come in trilogies. It's all a trio event. So every single event that has the named event is going to be in a trilogy of some sort. And it was announced that this event would happen before the end of the year, which means we're getting another event in December if they're not a bunch of liars.
Well, that's what
That's-
they planned before the update. They said
Yeah,
that.
but
Yep.
that is crazy because this event ends literally in I have
3 days.
Hunt Fold open
3 days.
3
It's gonna
fucking
go through
days.
this- It's
So-
gonna go
so,
through
uh,
January.
so
for
Wednesday.
Sure.
Hold up, where do we get parts 2 and 3 of Light the Shadow?
Light the Shadow, I believe. Are you talking about like the much earlier events?
I
Yeah.
think that wasn't the
Yeah,
case.
those-
but this
The
one's a
pre-moon days.
Yeah. So those ones definitely happened. I can't remember exactly what they were named, but they definitely happened. I believe the first Light the Shadow event was the natives, wasn't it?
That was the only Light the Shadow event.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, they
because
had Light the Shadow, Scrap
oh,
Beach.
Yeah, they were different. They were just
Yeah, they
doing
were all
multiple
different.
events. Yeah.
So-
I
so
haven't
no,
played
this one's
the
the
entirety of
That
Light
one,
the
then
Shadow,
there's
and I'm
the
still
Snake
mad about
event
it.
as well.
okay.
This one's the only one that's supposed to be a trilogy as of right now. That's
No,
confirmed.
because the moon was also trilogy. It was
So,
Trader's Moon, Serpent Moon, and then Devil's Moon.
So
Yeah.
since this
Right.
one is being based in December, is it tied to the North Pole since it's a tide of event? Or no? Or
I was gonna
Tied
say
of what?
Side of stupidity. No, I'm just kidding.
tide of Redditors? They're coming back to fucking haunt me, dude. They're coming for me.
You said you had
On-
beef with them?
Call it Tide of Holly.
Everybody who's been on Reddit that is sane, I can't claim to be sane. I'm
Dude, I
sorry.
think I just
I'm
don't go
probably
into
the Redditor.
cesspools.
Honestly. But no, like Reddit is like the biggest cesspool. It's like iFunny, Ty, because you love iFunny, But when you get to
Love
like a
is a
certain
strong word.
It's
page,
not that we love iFunny.
No, let's not get
It's just that it's the only place you can get your memes without, all the
That's-
politics.
I can
Well,
quit
that-
anytime I want.
Just
Thought
get a lot of
about
racism
Reddit.
on there.
well, God, you get racism on Reddit now too. Apparently, according to like a major post that was like, "Oh my God, there's so much
I
racism
don't know,
running
man.
rampant."
I
And it's
don't
like
know,
3
man.
comments.
iFunny's unbeaten to me.
In terms of racism, absolutely.
I'm going to be
dude,
honest.
The iFunniers are so full of hate, dude. It's
Oh my
kind of
God.
funny.
Guys, hold up. I got the new event. It's Tides of Racism.
Oh my
God
God! And now Hunt Showdown's going down the fucking
Yeah, I was gonna
drain.
say it's
Well,
gonna get
Boys, it's been real. This
It'll
podcast,
be
it
the
sounds
Civil
like it's
War
on its last
part two.
legs, last episode. Nobody's gonna take a. Oh heavens, no. But thank God. Actually, I think this game's probably got the least amount of like degeneracy in terms of that shit that I've ever seen. Like, VoIP, like toxic VoIP, is so rare that I swear I'm more toxic on VoIP than anybody I've ran into.
You
And
are.
absolutely.
That's a good
You
thing.
fucking
Dude.
are.
But that's
I just
because
do
I say
stupid
like get
voices and hope
fucked and
that they
shit.
laugh
I don't
too
care.
hard. I just do stupid voices and hope they laugh too hard to be able to shoot me.
My favorite
That's kind of Richard's
voice
tactic
that I
too.
did, I'll have a meme sound, and like this guy was like talking to me. I was like underground, and he's just like, "Where are you, little one?" or something like that. And then I was just, "You son of a bitch."
At least that's
Everybody
funny.
laughed.
I did
And
an
then we
entire
survived.
solo
We
round
won.
just on just doing a cowboy accent and
Oh,
talking to people. Total pacifist round, and everyone was just like, "I love you so much, baby. Bye bye."
In
And they just let me alone.
so
That's awesome.
playing games while Drake was streaming. Shout out Drake, love you.
Drake, you're a cool dude.
I don't like you. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know you.
But like playing games while Drake was streaming, I have accidentally created 2 characters just running around in the bayou being a dumbass.
Nice.
One of them, I was running around with a bomb lance, and I just for some reason started talking like a British bare knuckle boxer from the 1920s. And it was great. It turned into like what they called him Ratginold. We've got Granny Creams. I was playing as the grandma, just made her the dirtiest old lady I could possibly make.
That's awesome. We
But-
like grandma in this.
Yeah.
Well, that
Song
explains that
I love
fucking
grandmas.
server meme you guys were explaining to me. Good God.
Yeah, the Granny Creams.
Yeah.
Or okay, yeah.
Nope. That's pretty much it.
Oh yeah. It was just like I'm pretty sure Drake still has the stream up somewhere. I can find it and send you a clip. But like I was doing so much stupid shit. Like there was a bunch of guys outside of a compound, and I'm sitting there like, "Come give grandma a kiss." And like they start running up to the window. I fucking shoot them in the face with the drilling. I'm like, "There's your cookies, bye."
Now we're cooking.
Beautiful. And in my defense, Aaron, even though I am the most toxic HPE member, I am also one of the most civil. I usually am the one who talks to the other teams, except for that one time where they were talking over text and I didn't understand what was happening and I got scared, so I stabbed one and shot one and you killed the other one.
I don't know. I'll never forgive myself when that guy was playing Creed and I killed him.
Well,
Can you take me
No. I believe that was the song too, Rat. I legitimately think it was that
Pretty
song.
sure it was. No, it was the arms wide open.
Oh, it was Arms Wide Open.
That's the one. I
Oh,
was
they
doing.
all sound the same.
bro.
Yeah, it's true.
I
I think I
wonder how
died,
to
and
say
then all of a
that.
sudden you guys are like, he's playing Creed. I was like, what the hell? And I think I got revived and like stabbed someone or something.
Well, like we ended up having a truce because like we didn't
And then
wipe
the
the whole
other
team,
team
and then
wiped them
the
out,
other
right?
team
The other
killed
team came in.
us.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it killed us, and then we're just like, hopefully these guys get out.
Hopefully these
With
guys
arms
make
wide
it out.
open, of course.
I don't
With arms
think
wide
they
open,
did.
for sure.
If I'm being honest, I don't remember exactly, but I don't think it. I don't think because I think we killed them a few times. I think they got a few resurrections off.
Well,
'Cause
that's
I
what I'm
remember
saying.
hearing-
I got revived and then I like killed one of them or something.
Well,
Because I didn't know what the hell
specifically-
was going on.
I remember hearing Creed again, and then I remember Tyler going, "Oh fuck! I think I killed him." It's so
I was
funny.
like, oh, I was like, forgive me, I'm so sorry.
You
I
go
was-
find
I
his
was-
profile and you're like,
it was heat
I
of the
will light a
moment."
candle in your stead tonight.
In the name of Creed. Oh
We'll
man,
have to play again. Hug each other with arms wide open.
get the soundboard
Make sure
working
your
so we
pants are
can
pulled down, though. Of course.
Yes.
around the ankles.
Yeah. With the arms wide open. With
This is getting
legs
some
wide
dangerous
open.
territory.
God,
Just embracing
Honestly,
each other wide open.
Spread those
Why- like-
legs. Yeah.
Creed legitimately feels like one of those bands, just like Nickelback, where everybody is afraid to admit that they liked Creed songs.
Okay, Creed and Stain were both great,
Sorry.
and I'll die on this hill.
Okay.
I mean,
They need to add a skin to Creed.
Creed
call
and
me-
Yamar. No, I want a Chad Kroger skin.
It's just a reskin of Kane.
but with blonde hair, and he's still just as
covered
dirty.
in shit.
Instead of bones on his back, he's just walking around with a graph.
It's a guitar.
It's like an old beat up guitar, and there's like a graph hanging from it. Oh my god!
Look at
Oh,
this.
And he's got that like smile from that one picture that's always he's got this awkward smile.
Oh man!
Like clip out the O sound from the word photograph, and then every time you shoot him, that's his death sound.
You know, you just gave me
Oh.
a fucking brilliant idea, low key, from all this memeing and shit. Because you know, like how in other games like Overwatch, there's like a skin, and it's like the same skin but recolored and shit.
Yeah,
Kind of like that.
that's
But like some of the hunt skins, man, you could make some weird ass variations with them.
Didn't
Let's
they
get
already
Lil
do that
Wayne
with all
in
the
here.
tier 1, 2, and 3 hunters? They just changed their
Well,
clothes. They're
yeah.
like, he's a different hunter, guys.
Yeah, but like I'm talking legendaries. I'm talking the
we're
name
talking about
brand
like
ones.
celebrities, you know, like Snoop Dogg instead of Call of Duty
God
he's in
damn it.
Showdown. He's got
Holy
like
shit.
cannabis like around like as like a cloak or something. Like he like knitted it together. It's his backstory or something like that, you know.
It's a fucking pot ghillie suit.
I
Yeah,
think that's such a neat idea to have like a legendary skin but reskinned in a different outfit. I don't know. I don't want them to take
Like
too
a
much
Clint
advice.
Eastwood or something.
Give me the rat, but put it in the hunts or the headsman clothes so that I can
Oh.
still be invisible, but also rep the brand.
So it's just the rat, that freaking girl, but skinnier and also like harder to see because she's smaller. No thanks. No,
Dude.
thanks.
I want a
give a-
skin of
give
the
a-
rat where she's like wearing like a rat mask and like she's like literally got a furry suit, but it's not like a
Oh,
furry. It's like a
God.
disgusting looking rat.
It's basically
Sure.
just like a Chuck E. Cheese mascot
Yeah.
costume.
No,
that's
not
all
like a
fun shit.
furry. That's not what it's
Sure.
Fine, I'll have sex with the furry, you know. Whatever.
Real cool
They're
place
already
to be
cute.
a hunter instead of a kid, you know?
It's Kane,
mean,
but instead
I've
of a
got the
loincloth,
mountain
he's just
man,
got a little
so,
rat
like-
skull over his little dick.
God.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Long ammo,
well.
tiny penis.
good lord.
All
Well,
right, so where the
boys,
hell in bio
This
are
is
we right now?
devolving.
it is devolving, and thank God it's devolving at the right moment because we're approaching a really good stopping point. So I would like
The end
to
game.
ask, shut the fuck up, about a good last subject. Do we have? You know what? As a matter of fact, fuck.
Rule
Richard,
39 Hunt
especially
Showdown.
because he's devolving our conversation. Mr. Rat, would you like a last subject? Is there anything that you want to add,
Wait, I
or
got
just
one.
you know? Okay, shoot.
What'd you guys do for Thanksgiving?
Fucking eat, dude. A lot.
Yeah, I was with Sydney's family and so was Colin. We ate food and Then he
Yeah,
went and helped his
in-laws.
wife move a bed, and then I went and helped set up Christmas lights. So
I ate like
Yeah,
half a
dude.
turkey and then went into a meat coma.
those are the
Damn,
best, though.
I'll show you a meat coma.
that was me. But dude, it was ham. Because like I ate a little bit of fucking ham and a little bit of stuffing and some fucking green bean casserole. But after everybody left, the ham was like all mine, and I went crazy.
One could
think
say
Weasel's
that you would
dying over
ham
there.
on that ham
Yeah.
and stuff yourself.
I ate so many fucking ham rolls.
Damn.
Oh my god, I ate so many ham rolls.
God, Mrs. Bard knows how to
Hey,
fucking cook. That's all I'll
What
say.
do Europeans do for Thanksgiving? Oh, that's right. You don't have that.
Wow. What about you,
Joking.
Colin? I think Colin's the only one that didn't chime in.
I mean, I basically explained what he was doing. He was with me, so.
My bad. Well, why can't he
Shut
tell
up
us
and
himself?
fucking listen.
No. Who are
He's
you?
like, I'll order for the
Who are you?
ladies,
What's the
sir.
game? What are you selling?
A lot of
Well,
money.
you know what? I'm going to ask one more time. Rat, would you give us an outro subject, considering how Thanksgiving didn't seem to go?
You know, you guys made it so short.
Uh,
You guys could have said like, I was with my family. I did this. I did that. I went to my
Fuck that.
girlfriend's house.
I do what I want.
Oh, I have a girlfriend. I'm Aaron.
Sorry, guys. The microphone's not picking up my stuff, so I'm talking to
Microphones.
Tyler.
Are you solid?
I think the only topic I could give is like, for the love of all that is good and holy, don't just set your graphics to max and just go with it, because I did that. And for 600 hours, I was like, why can't I see people when they're right in front of me? And it was because anisotropic filtering at 16 times makes the whole fucking game so blurry. I can't see shit.
I
played
will
on
second
low
that.
settings with a low PC, so
I played on max everything until about maybe a month ago, and my god, I've gotten so much better.
I did that until about a week ago, and Bard was there with me when he saw that I instantly improved because I could actually see what I was doing.
I wonder how the engine upgrade is going to affect that.
Hopefully in
I
a
do.
good way.
I hope anti-aliasing doesn't automatically make everything way too sharp and way too invisible. I agree.
It doesn't even make it sharp. It just makes it blurry. It's like
Yeah.
it's like it meshes the textures together, so like you can't find the edges of hunters.
Does it look nice though?
No, it looks like shit. Like I turned off
Oh.
anisotropic filtering, and I'm like, holy shit! It's like I can see again.
It's
It's
like a
true.
whole new set of eyes.
Like yeah, it was like the game was actually clear. It's like there'd been like a filter over the screen that blurred out everything.
You should
you-
play
you
it
could-
on super low graphics. It's hilarious.
But like ADSing with the anisotropic filtering on, like there was a little circle right in front of where the iron sights were, that if you were aiming across trees, it would like make a circle where it wasn't blurred. It was ridiculous.
That's just
Yeah.
kind of the way of some of these games, honestly.
Yeah. It is, and it obviously varies between games. So
Garbage.
Majorly, but the fact that anti-aliasing affects Hunt so much is something noteworthy. I hope they took account to that.
Also, if it
Of course not.
like gives you a lag spike every time you cross into another compound, turn your lead off distance to low, because yeah, that fixed it immediately.
Jeez.
Hell yeah. And honestly, we're getting about that hour mark on our episode. So, oh my goodness, sorry about that. But
That was
Oh,
the bell to end.
like a little bell, but it was two glasses like just clinking together. It was completely unintentional.
Well, that's going to be a staple for the rest of the time we're doing this now. Just every time you're like, okay, it's time to end. Ding, ding.
Yep.
Ding, ding. Cheers.
Perhaps in your honor, but otherwise, no. That's really fucking annoying. But
You're really fucking annoying.
yeah, that's why everybody that listens to this podcast realistically likes all the members except for me. Nobody likes the main character, right? And I'm the host.
Oh, he's
that
got main
makes you
character
the main
syndrome.
character. The main character.
Tell me,
Oh, God.
tell me that anybody likes Sora from Kingdom Hearts. I'll wait.
He's a great
do.
character.
I don't
love
play
him.
Kingdom Hearts.
Roxas was better. I'll die on this hill.
No, Roxas
It
is
is.
the
That's the
right
best
idea.
written character
Yo,
in that
Yes, he
series.
is.
Yo, I have a legitimate question. Who's the main character in Hunt?
Sheriff Hardin.
Redneck.
Lynch. I'd give the real answer. You guys are
Monroe.
fucking naming skit. Monroe. Holy shit.
Alden and
No. I mean, did you guys read the
those
lore?
have a
for the
main
last-
character story arc all
We
on
need
their
to.
own.
The
Kind of.
last
Well-
event, like the Lord was talking about the redneck, and like he just ran into the fucking bayou while it was ablaze, and they're like, "Come back!" He's like, "Fuck off!"
Yeah, well, it's like
They took my land.
I think he's one of those characters that's really, really noteworthy, but he's definitely not the main character. If we're talking main
realistically, the
character,
Grandma
main
is,
characters-
man.
oh fuck.
Granny Cream.
What?
But I mean, realistically, if you look at the lore, the main characters currently are Lynch and Kevin.
True.
Kevin.
Kevin?
Yeah,
Fucking
the
Kevin.
false prophet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's his name's Kevin. I don't
I
know
love
why
Kevin.
it's
His e-boy haircut.
every time
Oh,
I
yeah.
see him, I call him Kevin, and people are like, "Who the fuck are you talking about?" I'm like, "Okay, he's Kevin, Rotjaw's princess. We got Bayou Luigi over there in the mint shirt with the mustache."
These nicknames, they're all gonna stick. Don't
Well,
worry.
We've got the
I
hot
still
dog
like
launcher and the crossbow with explosive
Beatles-
bolts.
My Beetle nicknames, those are the best. We got refrigerator, microwave, and toaster.
I actually second that.
Yes.
The shit. What was his name? The one that whips himself.
Oh, Penitent.
That's the
Penitent.
Yeah, the
penitent. Yep.
penitent. I've
Dirty
always
boy.
called him Gimp.
You do actually.
I call like the ones that are covered in leather more of a gimp, but
The one that has the
Whipping
kill
Wayne.
buyer. Kill buyer. I've always called him like either frat boy or horse girl.
nice.
Good hell.
That's great.
Before the boys get more degenerate, we will end this episode here. We've had a blast. Sorry that none of the conversations went anywhere, but I hope you enjoyed ramblings because that was all we planned for today. There were no show notes, and I've got to say,
We planned
An
to have
hour-
a good time, not a long
an hour kind of flew by, and
It actually did, yeah.
you know, I'm gonna see what you guys think, and if you guys enjoy this style, we'll do it more often. Don't expect Rat to be a stranger. He may be a guest at some point in the future. He is a lovely man, and we appreciate him very much. Rat, where can everybody find you?
I'm on YouTube as Rat329. You'll know the logo when you see it. It's a green rat head with like X's in its eyes. It's Rat_329. That's pretty much the only place that I'm at. I don't do Twitch anymore, and
So, are you actually a rat?
I'm 329 rats in a human shaped suit.
Okay.
Specific.
Any chance we're gonna get a face reveal?
I mean, I had my face up a minute ago. It was
No,
right
like
before the
a
podcast
face
started.
reveal of your rats. You know,
Oh,
He
yeah,
streams his face on YouTube.
I
his
have-
rat
he's got to remove his human suit. You know,
it
I
was-
want his real face.
I mean, if I do that, then I have to like it's a whole thing. I got
It's
to
a
find the
soft dog.
zipper.
Yeah.
You know,
You gotta pull a
it's a
dream.
whole
I
like
know.
Five
I
Nights
know.
at
It's a
Freddy's suit looking thing.
But
Oh yeah.
My
He
mouth
streams-
unhinges like a snake's, and like it just comes pouring out like a geyser.
God,
500 more rats come out.
catch
No,
him.
only 329.
He's trying to
Oh,
be on YouTube more regularly. Please catch him on YouTube. He's a lovely man with a lovely
Catch him over
face. You
there.
will have a great time. And you can catch me. I'm going to try and be on Twitch more often. THEE Drunken Bard, the Drunken Bard on Twitch. Hopefully, you'll catch us both streaming together at the same time. It would be lovely. And maybe
Oh,
even some of
for
the
sure.
gents from HBE because they love to play with me, you know, in
Absolutely.
the totally straight, normal guy way.
I
But-
would play with you in
Totally
any kind of
G.
way.
Anyway, Good God, you guys make ending a podcast difficult. Rat, maybe you
we
can't
make
come
finishing
back.
difficult anytime.
Fuck. You're not welcome back on our podcast.
Yo, listeners, please
will
comment
see-
hashtag rat mainstay for me to become a regular.
Hell yeah.
God damn it. Anyway, all of you, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Expect us back in another 2 weeks. We're going to try and make Sunday our regular day. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope that your Christmas and your New Year's are bangers.
And everything else in between.
And everything else in between. Our recording dates might be a little funky because of these upcoming holidays, but if we aren't there, I hope your holidays are fucking awesome. And all of you, I want a goodbye from all of you. Thank you so much for listening. Stay hunting.
Stay hunting
Let's
Got
and
some
eat that
snow
pizza.
in the bayou.
Pizza time.
Pizza time. Yep.
Faith.
Colin.
I
That was
called
him.
off that pizza like an
that
hour
was
ago,
pizza
man.
time. Jesus.
No, he
Oh,
was right
mine's
before.
moldy by now, right?
Rat, give us our final goodbye, my dude.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.